first impressions from this game? Obviously, a lot to take away from, especially.
Yeah, I think we had 4 practices before we get out here, so in practice you're kind of able to script things a little bit more, and those guys play together. I thought tonight in the first half we kind of just stood and watched Cooper play, so I got to do a better job, and I thought in the second half we did a much better job of everybody playing basketball. And once they played basketball, you saw that ball moving, Cooper making the right decisions, Ryan making the right decisions, Jordan Hall. So that was something to me that second half, those guys all played basketball together, and then it looked out better.
I know there's an emphasis to put the ball in Cooper's hands, especially early on. They trapped him on that first possession.
Yeah.
But overall, how'd you look at how he handled the play most of the time?
I thought great. I thought one thing, when you get that ball in your hands, the conditioning aspect comes into play. They were picking him up full court. You said they were trapping him. They were being super physical with him in the post or anytime he drove it. So that's something, obviously for him, he's at a high level conditioning-wise, but continue to grow. Like I said, he just had the draft and pre-workouts and all that stuff, and now he's coming into playing fives again. So that will get better, and then, I think he just makes the right play over and over again, and the shots will fall, and if he keeps passing to his teammates, they'll keep knocking him down. I think we were 1 for 10 in the first quarter, so that's obviously not going to help space the floor, but after that, he did a really good job.
What did you think of Ryan Nembhard's effort on both ends, but especially defensively?
I mean, he speaks for himself. We're talking about, normally you want to get your smallest guy out to get a stop at the end of the game. We want him in because he's tough, he's smart, he's going to make the right play, he's going to fight. It doesn't even get looked at, but if you go back and watch, all the times he's boxing out bigger dudes, he's fighting guys, they're falling down and he's not. I mean, just an incredible game from him, but like I said, we knew that coming in, that was going to be his calling card, and it's been really, really good.
And he was able to create some offense even though Cooper was initiating a lot of offense.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you guys all week, that's what he does. He can do both. So I think, especially in college, he was a facilitator and he ran that whole offense, but he can go get it too. So that was really good for him and Cooper, and then Jordan Hall as well to all play off each other, and that helped open the floor up for everybody else.
I'm a local Vegas guy. I mean, what did you think of the environment out there? I mean, the summer league game, and to have that many people, the energy inside the building?
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, I think all these guys got up for it. They were all locked in, and I think you saw with the effort that they were playing with, how the environment just pushed everyone a little bit higher, so it was great.
Prior to the game, Jason Kidd asked Jason what he expects. He said, nothing perfect, they've just been practicing. But more than anything, he just wanted to see every single player that was out there, whatever minute, play hard. Did you get that from the start to finish?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I thought, whether it was early in the game, when we made a little run in the third quarter, at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, our guys were pushing it, they were running, they were playing harder than the Lakers, and I thought that ultimately would push us over the top at the end. But I think it was all 9 guys that played, did a hell of a job, and then especially the bigs. Those guys ran and played hard the entire game. That was really, really good to see.
What did you see Cooper's block there at the end? Did he have it
I mean, that's what he does. He makes winning plays, whether it's offense or defense. I think that's as advertised. So, whether it's the right pass or it's defensive possession or scoring the ball, that's what he does. So I think that's not a surprise to any of us that have seen him play here in the last couple of days.
What were some things you saw from Miles Kelly in this game?
I told him, I said, Ryan got you at the end, but I think he was our leading scorer most of the game, and he even had a couple of looks early that, he normally knocks down. So we're going to keep getting him the ball. He's going to keep spacing the floor for us, and you see it. The more he gets to his spots, he's a great shooter. He'll keep helping us out.
Is this a good opportunity for a young point guard just based on Kyrie's injury, et cetera, like that?
Yeah, I think right now we're just focused on the next day. So, I mean, Ryan, for him, he's going to always continue to do what he does. Cooper's going to do what he does. Jordan Hall's going to do what he does. So I think they're just focused on the next day, and the more they put in that work like they all have been doing, and the more that they try to get better, that's going to lead to their opportunities more than anything else. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Cooper, some rookies, even #1 picks, they come out here and don't take a lot of shots. They take what they game from them. You were aggressive from the start. Why is that, man?
The coaches, they had a lot of confidence in me. They've been telling me they want me to, experiment, try some new things. I was trying to be aggressive. That's new for me too. I would say that might be one of the worst games of my life. But we got the win, so that's what really matters to me. My teammates, Miles, Ryan, Jordan, they held it down. They did what they had to do. So I'm just glad we got the win.
What's the impression of Ryan Nembhard?
You said what?
Impression of Ryan Nembhard?
Yeah, Ryan's been in for the last couple of weeks, and he's great. He's a great player. He has such a great feel for the game. So I love playing with him. It's been a fun couple of weeks.
For you personally, what are some things you can take away from your first summer?
Yeah, just gotta find a rhythm. I just couldn't really get into a rhythm. It's a different environment. I think it's obviously very different from college. It's probably very different from what, the real NBA is going to be like. So, just trying to find a rhythm, figure it out. It's a new team, new environment. So, I'm not necessarily worried, but obviously just not happy with how it went. But, at the end of the day, we did get the win. So,
did you kind of welcome having all those reps on the ball, like initiating offense, leading offense, all that stuff?
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. Obviously, being able to split some reps with Ryan and share that with him was fun. It's new for me. Like I said, bringing it up, having that full court pressure, a bunch. Obviously, I'm not in full game shape. I was a little tired, but just dealing with that, working through some things. It had some good pressure. They brought a bunch of guys, sent them at the ball, so it was fun to just experiment and try a couple new things.
When you watching, I saw you coming in through security and then walking out for warm-ups. Very stone cold face, very just business-like. Did you have jitters? Is that your way of sort of getting out there and getting through? Is just kind of business as usual?
Yeah, I was excited. I was obviously a little nervous. It's a new environment. A lot of new fans and whatnot. So I was a little nervous, a little excited, but just happy to be here. It's a dream come true. So I'm just trying to enjoy the moment.
What are you finding so far as sort of as you've gotten into the team and started training and actually playing a lot of games? What's the biggest difference between so far?
Yeah, I think, it's just a different game, different spacing, different guys, a lot of guys are in different parts of their careers, coming from different angles, different, parts of their life. So it's just trying to mesh that all together, figure out what works and what doesn't. And just trying to find a good lineup, I guess. And, we have a good group of guys, so, they held it down. Miles, Ryan, like I said, they were, really good tonight, and we were able to get the win. So just glad about that. But, yeah, I think that's the biggest difference is just, having a bunch of different guys in different kind of phases of their career and coming at it from a lot of different angles. So, it's definitely just a new environment, new experience.
You talked about the environment as far as playing big college games, obviously, but the amount of people that are in here and the energy, did you feel that? How was that feeling as far as every time you touch the ball, going against Brian and everything else? You kind of feel
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was, high energy, a lot of fans, so everybody showed up and it was really intense energy, but that's what you look forward to. That's why we play. Look forward to those type of moments, these type of games. It's a very similar feeling, being in those college environments. Just trying to have fun.
Nice block lined up.
Yeah, DJ, he's a great player. He loves to get downhill. So another Duke guy. So being able to block him, late in the game was a big time play. But
were you expecting the physical on the court?
For sure. That's what a lot of people are going to do. I know that coming in. I feel like I can handle that type of pressure. I don't think I did a terrible job with that. I just shots weren't falling. But that's going to happen. It's going to be nice like that. It is somewhat new to me. I haven't probably taken that many shots before, so it's somewhat new. I'm going to try and figure it out, but a new experience. So I'm excited to keep playing, moving forward, and keep experimenting.
How does that for defense have a guy like Ryan pick it up at 94 feet and really get it?
Yeah, Ryan impacts the game on a really high level on both sides of the ball. Just like you said, picking up 94, getting into their point guard, rotating, flying around the court. With really high IQ. So. He just plays with such a good feel for the game that it makes it fun to play with.
I asked Jason before the game what he was excited most to see and observe. He was like, we've seen enough film. I want to see him on the floor. How's the relationship been over the first month in terms of conversations? How have they gone?
Yeah, it's been, relationship. He just, put a lot of confidence in me. He wants me to do some different things. He wants me to try new things. Like everybody said, just keep experimenting and, kind of just trying to expand my game. So that's what I'm trying to do. And, I just feel a lot of confidence from him and what he wants me to do.
Cooper, what was it like having your teammates there courtside? What did you say to him when you got down that shot?
No, I definitely heard him. It was cool, seeing them there showing up in support of us. I didn't really say anything. I just kind of looked at them. They were kind of saying stuff during a couple of plays before, so it was just a funny little moment. Yeah, like I said, it's just a different environment, a different type of basketball, out here in Summer League. So that's something that, obviously the teams are going to put I don't know how tall he is, but, a smaller guard like that on me. I got to try and take advantage of, a mismatch and the size advantage. So it wasn't anything more than that, but it was fun. I felt the energy. It was fun.
From a team perspective, what are some things that Kirk can take from today's game going into next summer game?
Yeah, I think just finding a better rhythm, getting into a better flow. We got a little choppy at times. So I think we'll find a better rhythm. We'll find better actions that we like to get into early and just get the ball moving around. And I think that'll help us out a lot.
Thanks, Coop.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Ryan, got all kinds of questions for you, but I mean, you've had a couple of weeks now to play with Cooper Flagg, alongside Cooper Flagg, and now one real game. What's your takeaway?
Super fun to play with. He's a super unselfish guy. All he wants to do is win. He can guard 5 positions. He can score the ball really well. Obviously, it wasn't his night tonight, but the gravity he has out there it helps other guys get good looks. So he's a super talent, and it's been fun to play with him so far.
Do you guys find you're developing a nice connection? I saw you guys talking a fair bit on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a little bit of a Nembhard connection, and two guys that come in and love the game, and obviously he's a cool dude, so it's an easy connection to build there.
Were you expecting him to throw that pass there with a minute left to get the block?
I don't know. There's a guy in the corner, me there, so it was just the right play, and he's gonna make that right play. So yeah.
What are some different things for you individually and as a team you can take away from this first game?
Yeah, just how hard we played, I think was good. Obviously, we have to tweak some things, but we'll look at the film and figure out what we need to do better for the next game. But it's a good start. It's always good to get a win. And I thought everybody played hard.
How did you approach this game offensively?
Say that again, my bad.
How did you approach this game offensively, and did any of your plans kind of change based on how they were defending Cooper?
I just want to come in and be aggressive every single game. Try and make plays for the team, try and score the ball. Obviously, the gravity around Coop, everyone's loading up on him, making it tough on him, so it opened up things for other guys.
How comfortable are you playing off the ball? That's not what you do normally.
Yeah, I think
you're able to find some offense.
I think I'm comfortable just playing basketball. I figure it out as I hoop, and obviously a new role for me, but I feel like I have a good feel for the game and a good IQ for the game, and I'm going to figure out how to play off the ball when you have guys that are so talented that are on the ball. So it's just something new for me, but I think I've adjusted well so far.
Was there a conscious decision in the third, fourth quarter you made that run? You kind of were starting with the ball more role you're accustomed with?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we were just we got some stops there in that third quarter, and we rebounded the ball a little bit better, and we were able to get out and start our break. So I don't think it was necessarily anything like that. Me and Coop kind of share the responsibilities with Jordan as well, and it worked out.
Getting to see Bronny tonight. What were your takeaways from his performance?
Great player. Obviously he's been in the league for a year now and has some experience. So those guys always have a good feel for the game, coming back for their second year, and I think he's going to be a great player.
Opposite side of Dallas. What made Dallas the pick for you? How did you see something against what happened?
Yeah, I think they showed the most love. I think they really wanted me. They showed the most care for me and felt like I had a chance to, come do something over here as well. It's just the personnel they have. A lot of lob threats over here, a lot of veteran guys that you can learn from, and I feel like there's an opportunity for me to possibly get a contract in the future.
Obviously, Omax on this team. You chat with him, give you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been down there. He's been great. Told me a little bit about the city. Great dude. Always good to have some familiar faces around, and yeah.
Why were you determined to, I'm sure there was opportunities for you to be drafted, as a 40s, 50s. Why were you determined to kind of do the bet on yourself?
I just wanted to go to the right fit. Once you get later in that draft, it's a bunch of two-ways. So you want to go to the right spot that feels like you have an ability to play for the program and ability to impact winning over there. So I felt like that was the spot for me.
What's the plan? Kind of they told you, obviously you said they invested in you. They sold you on it. What made that kind of the opportunity to
I don't know if they've made something like that for me. They have a bunch of great players over here, but I just feel like I have the ability to come in here and have an opportunity to impact win. And I felt like if I get an opportunity, that's all I need. I'll figure it out once I get there and get around the guys.
Is it going to comfort Jay Triano's on the staff here? I know he's got a little bit of relationship with your dad. Is that a factor at all?
I think that's obviously nice. Like I said, familiar faces are always good. Having a little bit of relationship there is good, and hopefully we can build that relationship and get to know each other a little bit more.
Connected with any of the guards in the team, Kyrie or D'Angelo Russell? I know they also have connections to Chris Boyle at Nembhard.
Yeah, not yet, but I'm sure once camp starts or whatever, we'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about that, but I'm sure we will.
How are you enjoying this March? Yeah, you go from G League invite to main combine to now winning shots in a summer league game. Is this the progress you're hoping for? expected from yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just come out. I trust my work every single day. I put in the work, and I believe if I get an opportunity, I'll be able to make the best of it. So all I need is an opportunity, and if I get that, I think things will go well.
Did Andrew have any advice for you? I saw him in your down report side. Did he say anything to you before the game? Or?
Nah, we didn't talk actually.